Hello all and welcome to another pickups video, and I think I'm going to call this pickups video something like Big Game Al's been shopping for me, because he's been out and about doing his CX and cherry shop hunting like he does, and where I've been fortunate enough for him to pick us up and take us along for some of them. I can't obviously attend all of them, but he's let me know where he's been going, and he's been giving me a chance to check out the CX app and see what stock of 360 games they've got in the store that he's going to. So thanks Al for picking some of those up for me, and we're going to show you some of those real soon. So yes, plenty of Xbox 360 in this video, but there is also one random Xbox One game and one random Game Gear game cartridge as well, which really turned up unexpectedly, quite randomly in a random place. So we'll show you that later in the video as well. But let's crack on with the 360 games and the games that Al's been picking up for us. Obviously he's been picking them up for us, and then I've been reimbursing him with the money. So it's always nice when someone else can go to a store that you can't get to, because I always find that my local store seem to almost get the same stock in all of the time, and when you visit another CX, it's almost like they have different stock coming into them, and those games are kind of regional to them or something stupid like that. But anyway, like I said, Al's been picking up games for us in other CXs, so let's start with one that he's been to. The ones he went to were Hastings, Eastbourne and Robert, Tunbridge Wells, and I can't remember which ones were from where, but let's start off with three that he picked up from us from one store. And when I saw that they had this one in stock, I wanted this straight away. Nearly picked up at the London Gaming Market, but someone literally just beat me to it. And it was £5 there, and it's £5 a CX. So, yep, obviously I've been checking that they've all got manuals for us and that they're in good condition. So, sometimes he was unfortunate to complete the list that I gave him, but I think in this case, the three that I really wanted from this store, he got. And the third one, when I saw it in there, I was just like, please be good. And it was. So, anyway, that's the first one. The second one, which I nearly didn't get, and then I thought, you know what, that's actually a good price for it. I will pick it up, or we'll get out to grab it for us. Namco Museum Virtual Arcade for only £12. And, of course, complete with manual as well. Nice condition all around there. And, yeah, can't wait to dive into this one and play some classic Namco games. So, yep, really pleased to have that one. Thank you, Al. But the one that I really wanted, really wanted, when I saw they had it in stock, was Import Tuner Challenge, because this one is a tricky one to pick up, and although it's priced up at £20, it did actually scan through at £18, and I was worried, but he gave us the receipt, and I was like, I would have believed you, mate, so especially if it's cheaper. But we got the receipt for it, and those three actually come to £35, and this one actually scanned through at £18. So yeah, really pleased to have this one. This one, honestly, I looked at eBay and I thought, do I really want to give him what I thought was £20 and get that for me, or do I hold it out? But no, I went on eBay. This one's going for about £30 on eBay at the moment, and it's always been a bit of a tricky one to grab. So really pleased to have it, and in gorgeous condition as well. Not attacked by game. Disc in fantastic condition. Really pleased to have that one. So thanks for grabbing that one for us, mate. As I said, really pleased to have this one. Tricky one, ticked off the list if you ask me. Grab it if you ever see it, people. Next time I went to CX, I gave him a list of 3 games. Unfortunately, 2 were right off due to no manual or bad condition. But the one that he did get us that day was the one I really wanted the most. I'm a massive fighting game fan, and King of Fighters 12 has been missing from the collection for ages. I've looked at it on eBay, but on eBay it's been going, or certainly when I was looking for it, it was going for like 20-25 quid. But I held out. It's actually dropped a little bit. It was going for £12 once upon a time. It's actually dropped to £8 in CX. So, yep. Anyway, he got us King of Fighters 12. Finally, really pleased to have it. I've always said that I don't care if stickers are on the manuals as long as it's got the manuals. But Game have attacked this, and they've really given her a swing for the chin there and slapped it on her face there. So, but really pleased to finally have King of Fighters, and we will soon be cracking on with this one very soon. As I said, love my fighters. Can't wait to get stuck into it. And then final CX that he went to, he picked up 3 more games for us. A MotoGP to tick off of the list. I think I'm only missing one of them now. I forget which one it is. I always do. Or no, actually I'm missing a couple of them, but I can't remember which ones they are. So yeah, we got MotoGP 10/11 for only £1.50. Yeah, when I saw it was in stock, I thought, you know what, I don't see this every day in my CXs. For only £1.50, grab it for us, mate. Did. Gorgeous condition again. He's really been brilliant at picking them up and obviously checking the condition for us, which is absolutely valuable if someone's going to get them for you, that they know what another fellow collector is looking for. So that is beautiful. Next one he did check with us because it was Scream Ride for only £2. But the reason why I checked with us, no manual, but writing on the inlay, I'm pretty confident and happy that if it's got the writing on the inlay, there's a good chance it doesn't come with a manual. So really happy that to pick it up in the current condition that it's in, because I don't believe it should have a manual. But only a £2 game that I need, and I think I've seen this in my CX once upon a time, and the inlay was just horrible. So yeah, really nice that we grabbed Screamide. And the last one, actually, I really wanted the most and was really hoping was fine when I saw it. They had it in stock. Not expensive, only £3, but it's MX versus ATV Supercross. I've never seen Supercross, and despite owning lists and obviously looking at a lot of Xbox 360 games, still catches me out every now and again. Didn't know that there was another MX versus ATV game without consulting a list or even looking at a list, which obviously I didn't do. When I saw they had this, I was like, I really want that. I didn't know I was missing an MX versus ATV game. £3. Lo and behold, I think he actually had to ask behind the counter for this one because he knew how much I wanted this. He did. They had it behind the counter, so thank you very much for going to that little extra mile for us out. Really appreciate that. But yes, we finally got what I think is the last MX versus ATV Supercross or MX versus ATV game that I needed. I've got Untamed and Alive. I think that's it. But you know what? It's caught me out. Might be catching me out again. But really, really pleased to have that one, mate. So thank you very much. So that's all the ones that he's been out and bought for us sort of on a little mission. We've got other games to show you, obviously. Now, I went to Waltham Cross without. I've done a final 300 episode there, so do check that out on the channel. Everything that I picked up in that video has been shown already, so it's not going to be shown here. But I was looking at the Xbox One games, and I saw this game here, and it just really caught my eye. And I thought, Zombieland, Double Tap, Road Trip, and it was at £8. And I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm not really sure if I want to pick that up now. You know, I've just, honestly, I had a real wedge of games from Waltham Cross, and I was a little bit apprehensive about spending a little bit more money. But Al saw me looking at it, and he went, you know, if you really want it, I'll get it for you. Grabbed it, took it off me, and he said, yeah, I've got plenty of vouchers, I'll buy that for you. And he absolutely did. So he's actually not only taking us out, he's given us little gifts as well. And he gifted this to us basically while I was in the shop, bought it with a voucher. Honestly, mate, didn't have to do that. Really pleased with it. It's an Xbox One game. I don't expect a manual. So even if he's meant to have a manual and it's not there, I wouldn't know and I wouldn't really care. So with Xbox One games, that's not the approach I'm going to take in, because as we know, probably 95% of them don't even have any form of bits of paper in them at all. So, yeah, no, that was really kind of you. And I was going to say, I'm really wanting to play this. It just really intrigued me. It looks like some sort of twin-stick shooter, zombie survival game. So, obviously, there's a film, Zombieland, probably based on that in some way, shape, or form. But really pleased to have that, mate. So, thank you very much. On another day out, or no, it wasn't on another day. It was also in Waltham Cross, but we obviously hit up everywhere, like the cash converters and places like that. And I just found a copy of PDC World Championship Darts, and it was only £1. So just thought, you know what, we'll grab that while we're out as well. Actually, it might have been Waltham Cross, but it was certainly on one of our days out. And again, the games from that episode from CX will have been covered in the final 300. So yeah, really pleased to pick this up. I have actually 1000G this and owned it before. I mean, it's an alright game. I mean, what can you do with darts on a console? It pretty much does it. It's nothing spectacular, but it's an alright game if you like your darts. And yeah, you know, it's alright. And at £1, it's nice to have it back in the collection again. But as you can see, it needs a bit of clean up work. And on the way home from one of our days out, we stopped at Hoddesdon, which doesn't have a CX, and we went around all the charity shops. And in one of them, they had a nice little turn up. I know Al left with a few games from that. See, because he's taken us on these days out, I'm pretty much there for the CX and just the fun of going to charity shop hunts. And the way I see it is he's done the driving. Any fines we get for credit, he has. But if I need the game, obviously Al will say, don't worry, you can have it. And I do actually have Fallout 3, but I don't have the Game of the Year edition. And only $1.99, I thought, you know what, we'll upgrade it so it's not counting as an extra game in the collection or anything like that. We'll upgrade the one I've got in the collection to the Game of the Year edition. Absolutely gorgeous condition. Honestly, everything we picked up from that charity shop, because Al picked up 3 or 4 games for trading, was absolutely gorgeous condition. Both discs in there, lovely condition, absolutely fantastic. So that's just basically a little upgrade for my one that's currently in the wall, so that'll get swapped out now for this Game of the Year edition at only £1.99. Right, there are a couple of more games to show you, but quickly I'm just going to show you this little figure that I picked up here. Now, as you know, a lot of you will notice on the channel I do a lot of mystery items and blind bag opening videos. So when I was perusing one of the websites that I visit to sort of have a look at what blind bags they've got on the cheap, I think it was toysforapound.com or something. Yeah, it was that one. I saw they had these Bioshock Infinite figures for only £1. Elizabeth. Now, I haven't played Bioshock, and I'm not very familiar with the character at all because I haven't played the game. It's very much on my to-do list, very much to get off the backlog, the Bioshock games, in fact, and it's just a nice little figure, and I'm pretty sure I'll understand a lot more about her, or a lot more about Elizabeth when I get to the game. But it's just a real nice quality figure, and only £1. I really couldn't turn it down. I'll probably take it out of the box and display it once I've got around to playing at the game, and sort of put it on my gaming shelves to decorate those. So that was really nice to pick up. So just a couple of more games to show you. We had a day out in Southend. The final 250, as it had become when I come around to shooting that video. The Southend final 250 is already out. It's the video prior to this one, so do check that out. All of those games added the collection up to exactly 960. In fact, you know what? We might just sort of display over there for a little bit. So yeah, all the games that I picked up in the prior to that episode and in that episode added up to 960, but we still picked up a couple of games after that episode because we went to the Retro Hunter. But while we was out in Southend, and before we went to the Retro Hunter, we visited all the stores around there, all the charity shops like that, and they had one random store, which is, I forget the name of it, it's like a cash converter type place, but pretty much just games and Blu-rays and things like that. They had a massive retro section, a really gorgeous retro section, and a few Game Gear games there, and I spotted this at £10, and it's called Buster Ball. Now, I've had a little game of it. It's like sort of a top-down speedball with these little floating hovercraft things, and the court's sort of in section, and each section is filled off by rows of sort of electric fences, and then you boot the little ball over it until you get to the end section, and shoot it in the goal. And obviously you have little players and flying craft from your team in every section to move it across, and there's an opponent and they can shoot you, blow you up and things like that. Struggle with it to sort of get on with it, and but I think if I put a bit of time into it, I'll get a bit better at it. So yeah, interesting little game, and it was only £10. I kind of had a little snide look on eBay while I was in there, and the only one I could find on eBay was a boxed and complete one with manual and everything in really nice condition, but it was in Spain, and in English money it would have cost £51 plus postage. So when I saw a cart-only copy of this, and it's not a UK release, obviously being Game Gear, it's going to play anyway. It's it's not region restricted or anything like that. I think it might be American. If I'm right or differently, please check it in the comment section below. But this was very much an interesting turn up. Very, very interesting turn up. I'm very pleased to sort of added this because, as many of you know, the Game Gear is another love of mine alongside the 360, and I do actively sort of pick up games for that, even when I see them and even when they take my fancy, and certainly if they're a good price. But anyway, after we hit sort of the main area of Southend, we stopped by Leigh-on-Sea on the way home. We went to the Retro Hunter. I've done a little bit of a store tour there. Do you know, I'll leave that over there as well. Done a bit of a store tour of the Retro Hunter. An extensive one. It's quite a long video, but I wanted to cover every shelf and really show games so you could actually pause and see the game titles of nearly everything, and obviously of all the toys as well. So it's quite an extensive video, so please do check that out on the channel as well, as I send Elizabeth flying. Sorry about that, love. There we go. Just stand there. But anyway, we stopped at the Retro Hunter. We was able to pick up a couple of games, a couple of 360 games for the collection. So the last episode of the final 250 took us up to 960 games. So these two games for the Retro Hunter will put us on 962. And we picked up a copy of Split Second Velocity. And now I actually thought I had this, but it's because I played it and I've actually got the digital version because it was part of Games with Gold once upon a time. So when it was only £3 and I realised it wasn't on my list, I thought I'd double check via just having a list on your phone. Didn't have it. Really nice condition. Really, really minty manual there. Really absolute gorgeous condition. So really pleased with that. And £3 is an awesome price for it. I think it goes for about £3 to £4 in CX. So it's on the lower end of what CX would ever price it at. So, but the condition of it, amazing. Really pleased to have that. And it's a fantastic game as well. It's a racing game, sort of Burnout come Need for Speed cross sort of thing, and you can have sort of interactive objects on the side of the track you can trigger when you boost up your bar enough and things like that as you're racing. Gonna knock over again, I can see it happening. But yeah, no, really good game. So if you haven't played Split Second Velocity, seriously give it a go. Fantastic game. And then finally from the Retro Hunter, great to have my list on my phone again because I find it hard to keep track of which Cabela games I have. And this is Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011 with a very angry bear on the front. I'm not surprised because you're trying to shoot him. Don't really condone hunting, but need all the games for my collection, so I will get them and pop an achievement in it for my little quest there. Again, had the manual in it. A bit of a chunky manual, this one. A great condition manual again. Not a tap by game, this one. Again, fantastic condition. Fantastic price as well. Really happy to have picked that up. So please do check out the video, the store tour, the extensive store tour I've done of the Retro Hunt. It's a fantastic shop. Ali in there's a cracking bloke. Had a really long chat with him, me and Al, and yeah, it was a pleasure to meet him again and see the new larger store as well. Because last time we went there, it was just the one unit, but it's expanded into what was near Nights Next Door and made it one big shop. And again, it's a fantastically laid out shop with a great stock in it. So please do check the store out. In fact, I'll put a link to the video that I've done in the description below so you can find it nice and easy. And of course, I'll put a link to Al's channel as well in the description below, because if you like your charity shop hunt and CX hunt videos, then he's really knocking them out. He's going to a lot of different stores, so there's a link in the description to Al's channel as well. If you're new to him, never come across his channel, please do check it out. I say the hunts are absolutely great fun to watch, and join in with him where I can. So you might see a hand floating in a couple of his videos if you're unlucky enough. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, because that's the last pick up of the video. If you have enjoyed the video, hit a thumbs up, please, because YouTube likes it when you do that, and so do I. So thank you in advance if you do that. And consider subscribing as well if you've not subscribed to the channel already, please, because there's loads of 360 content. And if you like mystery item openings, like from Toys for a Pound, where Elizabeth came from, please do it again. Please consider subscribing as well. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think this finally leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. And as always, please do take care.